Girls, you want to be in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah? Up there?
Get Ashlyn in it.
Ashlyn, you in the video?
Big country's hiding.
Big country's hiding?
Big country.
All right, everybody. So out here with my buddy Drew on his farm, and we're doing some maintenance. We're gonna check these, do some card pulls. Put some corn out.
Some corn on the ground. Fresh
Already seen a bunch of turkeys running around. So playing with the donkeys, but kind of just jumping off this video. We're gonna all get together for the first time in a long time tonight at Drew's place. So we got guys coming in from all over the state, and just gonna hang out.
From out of state. Keenan coming up from Tennessee.
Yeah. So should be a really good day, and continue to hang in there. We got 8 o'clock. We're doing a giveaway. So by the time you see this, we've already given it away. We're going to do it live on Facebook. But guys, keep tuning in, and it should be a pretty good episode.
Could be you that wins the camera mount.
Could be you. We had a ton of people sharing that thing. It was just a real quick drop for an ultimate camera mount giveaway. So we're giving that away on Facebook Live tonight at 8 p.m. And we're just going to be reminiscing about our 2019 season, talking about some plans for the upcoming 2020 season, what everybody's different strategies are. So you're not going to want to miss this one. Stay tuned.
See y'all later.
See you. All right, we're rolling. So we have some business to attend to. Ran a little Deer 30 challenge with the crew last year, and our winner was Sergeant Keenan Hall.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, and congratulations on Staff Sergeant, right?
Yeah.
Just got promoted.
Just got promoted.
So it's not much, but we're growing. And hold on, there's more.
But wait,
There's more.
there's more.
These are damn near as expensive as the
Oh, nice.
So that might have just told you.
That just told. I'm not gonna. I'm.
Get in there. Let's see what you
Let's
got.
see what I got here.
Did you look at the bullets?
No.
Good.
I probably should have given them to him yet.
Oh yeah.
He's back in the 6'5" game.
I'm back. I got rid of those 6'5", but I got one back.
What do you think about that?
I love that.
It kind of pisses me off because I don't have one myself, and now I had to give it away.
That's awesome.
Bolts in there, clips in there.
Bolts in there.
I'll get it in a minute. Just leave it in the boxer. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. It's been fun, and I hopefully I can take some more money from you next year.
We're at one. We're about to go at it, and we're gonna get bigger and better as we continue to grow. This is season number 3. Season number 2 was a lot of success. Y'all kicked it off, first blood, and then I think you rounded us out, right, with the last doe. So we had a great season all around, but this year I think we got bigger and better deer, and the guns are going to keep getting bigger and better as we keep going. So
Absolutely.
but again, congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, everybody get some go-go juice.
Man, I've been hearing a lot about it. I just ain't been able to.
I'm telling you right now, guys, everywhere we have put this stuff, there's a freaking hole, crater. So, Matt, you want to do the honors? Distribute out your, hey, you got a mosquito sucking your brains through your head.
It ain't sucking much, is it?
Shut her down, Virgil. She's sucking mud.
She's sucking mud. Hey, awesome. I appreciate
Need
that.
some feedback on that?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Molasses.
All right, I'm going to have to fight over the other one.
Well,
Flip
then,
the
he's like, that ain't going to be fighting right now.
I got to fight
I
over
got
it.
200 pounds of corn at like 3 different spots today, so I'm gonna go back. I gotta go tomorrow and put tree stands out. So
I put out 150 of it was
It was
a
rotten.
whiskey mash.
Oh, it was
we
rotten.
busted it open.
you did what?
We put out 100 pounds of corn.
Oh,
It was
50
rotten.
of it was freaking whiskey mash.
oh, I got
It was rotten.
Keenan sends me a bunch of videos, right? And I'm going through them, and I got to listen to everything. I'm editing. I got to edit. I have the hardest job.
Yeah.
So I'm going through editing this, and it's raining. You're all in a barn.
Yep.
He ain't so happy, and he's like, "F you, Dave." I was like, and there it is.
There it is.
But he was dead set because that was serious. He
Yeah.
didn't know you were recording.
Sorry, Drew. I meant to cut that out.
It happens. Guilty.
If our camera's battery would last
A little bit longer. They
The
don't want to know
whole-
half of
the
what
whole time, it'd be horrible.
Oh, it's
And then so-
It couldn't be on YouTube.
So I got to it I was like, no, man,
It'd
stop
take you
holding the
5 hours
phone
to
this way.
edit
You're killing my edit. I've had to stretch it out, look like crap. So I got on it for first year. I told you once, you're good.
Solid you.
So at the end of every video, he would flip it. And he'd be like, is that good, Dave? Is that good for you, Dave? Is that good enough, Dave?
Well, we ended up just getting the actual camera. I didn't even use my cell phone.
I got lucky on that one.
Yeah, that was a good.
I
was
bought
a
that
good buy.
camera for $100
Oh yeah.
with 2 batteries and all the stuff with it.
I gotta keep
Yeah, and it's a heck of a
increasing.
camera.
I gotta increase my camera game.
I
Yeah.
did too.
So
Well, I sent the one I bought last year. At the beginning, I sent it back.
yeah.
Hated it.
Well, mine makes this like clicking noise when you're videoing.
Yeah.
Like it goes. It's weird. I don't know.
It's real to real.
Surprisingly,
Yeah, it's a real.
It's real to real.
that little-
It was like,
What's going on over there?
Surprisingly, that little camera we got actually takes good video.
yeah.
It's decent. Yeah.
No, it
it's
does
pretty
good.
It's the battery just don't last long
Is
enough.
that it's a 57? Does it go 57 times?
Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah.
I got the same one, but it makes that clicking noise.
Actually, is it in here? Let me show you this. I took some video
What,
today. I got a doe with triplets. I got her feeding.
Nice.
I lied to you. I ain't got it. I took it in the house.
Hey guys, how you doing? Get to hold the camera
There's
all
Matt.
night.
By spring turkey, I had I'd got rid of that camera.
Yeah.
And I bought it because I hated it.
I remember
and I
that.
didn't have another one, so I was using my phone. So I couldn't videotape the kill. But right before it, I had my gun barrel on the turkey. You remember that?
Yeah.
I zoomed in, I was like, boom! And set it down, I was like, goosh! I was like,
what I said.
got him!
He comes back every time after the shot. And he's like, whoa.
I'm jacked up Toro. I'm
Like a
Toro.
deer, turkey. Didn't get no action shot, but it was great.
Yeah.
The aftermath.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're the only one that got a turkey.
Yeah.
I didn't get a turkey. I worked my ass off to get a turkey. I couldn't get
Big
one.
deer, only
think I
turkey.
went
couldn't
last
get
year.
no Creedmoor.
Huh?
I don't think I went turkey hunt last year, did I?
No, I don't think so.
See, what sucked about for my deal last year was my deer for the buck is I was in a ground blind.
Yeah.
So I had a tripod up, but it was just miserable trying to freaking. And so that morning, I had all kinds of deer on camera and I was using it. And then by the time that the buck got around, I'd already thrown the camera on the ground.
Well, did you see that that video of that first coyote, that one that Tanner shot that I was
Yeah,
videoing?
yeah.
Did you see how shaky that video was? Because it was on a tripod.
Yep.
It was on a tripod, and I'm like trying to like focus it and like talk to Tanner at the same time.
Hey, but that
And it's just
coyote
like-
was great.
Oh yeah,
Like,
That was
And it was
awesome.
dead frame too. Like,
Yeah.
boom.
I told him to. I
Didn't he shoot it with 300?
he shot a 300 win.
It was in the
That's what I
It's
use.
in the shooting house. Yeah, it's in our shooting house.
And then you got one the day after that.
2 days after that.
2 days.
Me and my brother both killed. I killed.
doubled up that
Me and Kyler doubled up that morning. Oh my God, that would have been the most perfect action shot video that I would have made. It was perfect. They both came in about 30 minutes apart. Walked out. That first one, the one that I shot, was out about 80 to 100, and the second one that came out literally followed its tracks, and Kyler shot it before it even got over it. I mean, it would have been perfect. I had the camera in there with me, and I didn't have an SD card in it. I was so mad. So I went after we shot. We let the dogs go.
So is that why you didn't video? 'Cause you had
Yeah, I didn't have an
extra-
SD card. That's why I didn't get it. Because I was,
You know what's something else that's funny? Let me think. Last weekend when I proposed,
By the way, congratulations, Drew.
Yeah,
Getting
appreciate
married.
it. Yeah.
Kinda not. Finally, what?
wild, isn't it?
That's wild.
Plot twist.
So here's. Let me just say, I hope she don't watch this episode.
Yeah, stop rolling. Stop rolling.
No, don't really.
Get out.
That's so funny because like she introduced him through Deer 30. She showed him her dad
Yeah,
a hunting video through Deer 30. It was
Yeah.
great. But what was I just getting ready to say?
I'm going to say congrats.
Oh, congrats. Oh,
Appreciate it.
that's why I said congrats because I found out he got engaged. And I'm like, wait a minute. I proposed to you first.
Yeah.
We're teammates this year, and
for
that
the,
better
for
not
the quest
ever-
hunt. He was like, you made a commitment to me first.
I did.
I know. She knows.
I made that commitment last year and I let him down, so he had to go out elsewhere.
Yeah, well, you know where I live from about September to February. Me too.
Not all of
The
us have
woods.
a job that they're on call literally every other week and put in the hours you do. So, I mean,
It happens.
Is what it is.
It
and then I
happens.
told him, you know what's going to happen this year? He's going to kill the biggest deer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why it
I
is.
love my job, but during rifle season, opening weekend, I always have to work.
Oh yeah.
I just love your birthday.
Yeah,
I hate
it's Sean's birthday.
3 years
3
running.
years in a
Hey,
row
Sean,
on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, guess
Big
what?
buck down.
Rifle season opens on my birthday this year.
So my deer last year was kind of a crazy story. 'Cause we go out that morning, and on my app it said that the wind was going to be blowing a certain way. You know how it always goes. I got out there and hit the Cirrus, right? And I'm like, that ain't gonna work. So we put him on one end of the field. I went around, threw up a pop-up line.
And him is Matt over here filming.
Matt's filming. Sorry, guys.
I turned it around on him a second ago.
So I'm sitting there and I'm just about to do an opening video, you know, like an introductory video or whatever to that hunt. And as soon as I did, there's a family of bobcats, mama and 2 cubs come out, and I'm just like, oh that's like awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there filming. This guy here, I was like, he's pissed at me right now because he loves the bobcat. He sees bobcat. His whole day, his season's great. And so I'm filming these bobcats, and then they run across. Someone shot, and the mama stopped, and you can't really get it on the audio, but she stopped and turned around and went, wow. And both cubs came right to me.
Running to it.
Yeah, they went down the woods, and right that time I looked over, and there's freaking kamikaze, like just full glory. And I'm just like,
freaking out. Yeah.
but I just shut everything off and like, okay. So I'm moving it over here, and I hit record. I'm like, I watched the red light come on. Everything's great. He stands there. He blew out a big puff of air. I'm like, oh my god. And he comes across. He starts trotting, and I'm like, oh god. So I'm trying to move the camera, grab my rifle. Everything chaotic. I hadn't even done a video yet, like an intro or anything. And then so
That like that sometimes. It happens.
And of course, on my end of the spectrum, I see this thing coming. I was like, I'm throwing text. Hey, man, to your right, or your left. Look, no, you're right.
You've seen him first.
Yeah, he's seen it first.
I was like, to your right, and I can't shoot because it's just not a good shot over a hillside. I won't take that shot. So he either has to drop my way or his way for a good backdrop, and he dropped his way, and it was all curtains.
Well, it wasn't all curtains.
Well,
So,
But kamikaze is the one you found the sheds off of, right?
I've got kamikaze sheds. I filmed that deer right below me multiple times, and one time over 20 minutes at 20 yards. The year before, and it took everything I had not to take that deer. But I knew it was a 9-point for 2 years, and I wanted him to keep growing. I didn't take him, and then I got sick, and I needed a freaking surgery and everything. I wound up getting a little coal buck. I say little. Freaking 8-year-old deer.
it was a great buck. It was great.
Whoa, hang on now.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't kamikaze good. Anyway, I told the guys, I was like, man, if kamikaze shows up, he's going on the top of the list. And I got behind him early. But for me, it was weird because all of a sudden now I'm like, all right, well, my tag's punched.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever worked or hunted as hard to try to get other people's tags filled. And Jeff came home from deployment, got him out. My son came home from military service, tried to get him out. Matt, we were all over deer. We just never could make it happen.
No, we saw plenty of them, just no shooters.
Yeah.
I was covered up with small 6-points all day long. I've got video, probably 20 deer in front of me. A few 6-points in the group, but nothing.
Who was it?
Oh, yeah.
Who was it, like on the neighboring farm, that dude shot one of the deer that you've been watching? And you went and helped him get it out? Or
No, I filmed that deer last season.
Yeah.
He was in 3 episodes. That was the one I called him Captain Hook. The little 8-point, 9-point, 10. I don't know. I called him Hook.
8, 9, 10, 12.
It's a good deer.
One of them just keeps going up.
I mean, it didn't tickle my fancy. Like I wanted him bigger.
Yeah.
I wanted him to go another year, but he wound up killing him. And the funny thing is he texted me when he was on his way out, and I was coming home from work. So it's like 5:30. I'm like, he's like, I'm heading out, man. If I shoot, will you come help me out? And I'm like, sure. I get to the house, boom!
And then David texted me and said, was that you? I'm like, F no. It's right over my shoulder.
I hunted over at Davin's one day, and I was sitting over in that killing tree,
Yeah. Oh,
and I was watching down over that cornfield, and you know the one little dink that had the
the weird
stuff
rat.
going everywhere.
Yeah.
I seen him.
The one I thought Michaela was going to shoot that morning.
I seen him 15 times that night. He'd come out, eat a little bit, go back.
Yeah.
He'd come out, eat a little bit, go back. I seen him 15 times.
Well, here's what I remember.
Kennan's like, wait a minute, my story's a little different.
Hang on. Here's what I remember.
I know what you're going.
Me and Michaela were sitting in a double set inside of that thicket, and it was like heavy rut activity. Like does were running, bucks were chasing. It was awesome. Like it was crazy. Me and Michaela are sitting in this double set. I got Sean sitting out on the cornfield, right? Sean's all by himself. So Sean's by himself, so his mind wanders. We all know Sean, right?
Is he in the tire blind?
No, he's not in the tire blind. He's not in the tire
No,
blind.
I was sitting on the ground.
He's
over
sitting
there,
on the ground.
tucked up in a little cedar tree. Just
He's sitting
Hang it
there,
out.
and me and Sean's texting back and forth the whole time, obviously. So like I'm like sitting here, and I'm like trying to get Michaela a deer. It didn't matter, a deer, right? Doe, young buck, it didn't matter if it walks out and it tickled her, like
Well,
it's time to go to the house.
That little dink that's got the stuff going everywhere, and then two little does come past me at like 15 yards and go straight across the field into the thicket, right going right towards them. So I text him and tell him they're on their way.
Yep.
I was expecting to hear a shot.
He thought well, they walked in and Michaela, you know, we seen him like coming through and he like seen a tail flick or whatever, and we're like watching them, and they come out, a couple of does come out, and they worked across and they did their thing, and then we seen that little trash buck come across, and he did his thing. Well, we're sitting there, and I text you and told you that we'd seen him or whatever. It wasn't 30 seconds after that. Here come them does just running. They were running up, down, left, right, over. I mean, they were running for their lives. And this little buck was chasing the crap out of them. I mean, dogging the crap out of them. And I thought, I mean, she had a rifle in her hand. Like, I thought something was getting a hole. Like,
when you texted me and told me that they was coming back, I was just waiting. I was like,
we're probably what, 300 yards from each other, like maybe 300. Like, we're sitting like, you know, right on top of each other basically. And they left. I text Sean, and Sean's already seen him like 2 or 3 times this morning. So they left. I text Sean, and like we give him like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to like make it out to the field or whatever. And we're sitting there. Me and Michaela's just sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear boom. We was like, oh crap, like, there it is. I texted him, I was like, which one did you shoot? And he's like, I shot a doe. I was like, oh, yeah man, that's awesome.
they teased me too much. I couldn't help it.
Did it eat good though?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it tasted good.
Well, we fixed both back straps that night, didn't we?
We fixed both back straps that night, wrapped them in bacon, grilled, brown sugar, a little rub on top.
I think it was the night we fixed all that duck too.
Yeah.
You was there. You was
Yeah,
there.
I was there.
Oh,
Wasn't
that
no
was
bad
a
deal
good
at all.
night.
I think that was the night that y'all were filming, and he's like, "F you, Dave."
That was a morning. Wasn't that a morning?
It was a morning.
that was a
we
morning.
talked about not even going.
Because I was at work and you sent me a picture of you and Drew sitting in that barn and it just rained.
Beat the band.
Yes.
It was awful. Switch.
It took. We still have not figured that property out.
No.
I couldn't tell you where deer's at right now. I have no
Have you got
idea.
dagger
They're
yet this year?
everywhere.
I have not got dagger yet this year. I've got 200 pounds of corn out and a spy point sitting on it. So
By the
hopefully-
way, speaking of deer,
yeah.
Dude,
If you
what
kill a
is
deer
that
this
wide
year-
guy? That's like 22.
that's Batman. That's my
Warrior.
name. That's
We called him Batman.
Batman. That's Batman. It has to have that name.
Loaded.
Lincoln County?
That's all of it.
Those
Private.
deer?
All every one
It's
of
on a
them.
cattle farm.
It's on a cow farm that we've
Oh,
been managing
yeah.
for. We've been managing for 3, 4, 5, 6
I'm
years.
gonna bleep out what you just said about where the deer are at. We're gonna bleep that out. But I am gonna show
I
some
wouldn't
of these
recommend
deer.
anybody showing up.
No,
Hey,
I
I'll
wouldn't
say
show
that.
it.
Yeah, no,
No,
it'd be a bad idea.
Bad day.
I wouldn't show it down
Be a
there.
one-way trip.
It'd be a bad idea. But
No matter if I-
my goodness, they were just flowing in today. I'm like,
Oh,
I told
We
him,
were sitting.
man.
We were sitting at camp. I was like,
Well, we got. So Charlie. Realistically, Charlie's probably the one that I'm trying to kill this year. Charlie he's at Big 10 point.
Yeah.
He blew up from last year, and
I'd say he put on 20 each.
I don't.
"Oh, Charles."
Charlie, he's
is that the one with the trash on the bases? Split base or split
he's got the two.
brow?
He's at 10 point. That's got the hook, or not the hook, the crab claws
Okay,
on
yeah.
the end there.
Well, they ain't really crab
Not
claws anymore.
Not anymore. They were last year. They're
Last
more,
year they was.
they're just
they was
times
tight.
now. But yeah, Charlie's probably on the top of my hit list if I can't get a hold of Dagger. The thing is with Dagger is like Dagger didn't show up until December last year. You know what I mean? And it's not a sure thing that he's going to show up again.
That was-
And I don't have early season pictures. I don't have nothing on this deer. Like this deer is just a ghost. Like if he shows up, that's awesome. If I don't have a tag out yet, but I'm not about to pass up a 150-inch whitetail
no.
for the possibility
Of
of
Dagger.
killing of Dagger. Yeah, I'm not going to.
Well, you know what'll happen.
I'm not going to do it.
Tag suit.
Shook your freaking dagger.
I'll tell you what, she kills Dagger on the enforcement. I didn't say.
Truth comes out.
That won't be edited.
This year, I've got a ton of doe.
Hey, when you got one where the doe's
thing.
at though, you're gonna have buck.
Just wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna have buck.
Well, where I've got my one stand set up right now, is 10 yards from where I shot that one last year.
But I was telling Dave earlier, I guess today, because we went out to the farm and did carpool and fiddled around up there for a little bit. But
Yeah, what, 10 point? Nice 10 point.
yeah, but I had like prior to last year when I went out randomly one night and put that corn out and then in the camera and decided I was going to bow hunt. I have no intel because I've not ever hunted that farm,
Right.
my own farm,
I feel you.
because of the
I
issues.
get
with
Are you
the-
hunting with dogs?
I will, yeah. I've got a camera out. I've not checked it this year. It's been out
But it's
for
been how
probably
long?
3 weeks. Yeah. So I need to go check it realistically tomorrow,
Yeah.
Sunday. But I,
Well, hit-
our farm.
hit me up.
Yeah, we can go.
Because I got tree stands put up tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
we
got to
can
get
do
my.
it.
I don't know the next time I'll be
I
here.
gotta work tomorrow night.
Yeah, we can do it. But so we've had this farm since 2016, and I've had to fight with the neighboring landowner, all his stuff that he's done. So I've not put any time or money, and I have no intel. But all of a sudden, I put a camera out last, end of October, 1st of November, and I've got bucks everywhere, like
Yeah.
several shooters, and then end up shooting the big 148.
Oh, you remember?
Out there. But so all I'm getting at is this. I've got good deer early, right now out there. I've got one or two shooters, and I just wonder and can't wait till
Well, I've
November
got
rolls
that
around
tree
to see
stand
what I
right
actually
now
got.
where I shot that one last year. If you go past my tree stand, it goes straight up a big hill. And then up on top of that hill, there's nothing but woods for miles. And I'm really thinking that's just a rut spot. There's just a little travel corridor right through there. And behind me, there's a little secluded field that's just it's this high in weeds. And
Well, that's the thing about docks. All it is a rut spot.
Yeah.
The deer 2 years ago, the 154, I had him on camera 2 years prior, and then lost him. He never come back. And then the first morning that he was ever there and on camera was the morning I shot him standing in front of my camera.
that year that you shot him, my uncle had pictures of him
Yeah,
on the
Terry.
other side of the farm.
Yeah, because he showed me the night
Terry?
before. The night before, I was talking to him and Wayner.
And he texted me after Drew killed it. He said, Drew killed my damn deer.
I said, Terry, because I hunt one side, like 200, 300 acres. He hunts the other side, 200 or 300. And, we ran into each other one night. We were just talking, and I said, I have nothing on camera I want to shoot. Not one buck I want to shoot. The biggest one I've got is probably like a 120, 8 point. And I was like, what do you have on camera? And he was like,
You ain't gonna get it out of Terry.
yeah, he didn't want to, but he did. So he started showing me. He's like, here's the one that I really want to shoot. And he showed me, and I was like, gosh. I was like, yeah. I said, I ain't got nothing like that on my side. He said, and he's like, well, if you kill something, he said, call me. We'll come help you drag it out. And I was like, we'll do it. Next morning, I'm sitting there, waiting, and it was so dark still down in that holler. But this deer comes out, and all I can just see is just horns,
Just
mass.
white, just
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
blob. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and I'm like, so immediately I'm like, I'm gonna shoot that deer. I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know who he is. I was like, I don't know what size he is, but he's freaking big.
Man, I
I was
really
like,
cool.
he'll do. So, he gets out in front of my camera and he's sitting there sniffing around. Skadoosh! It was 2 minutes into shooting time. So it's black in that holler.
On my
Didn't
birthday
have a
again,
clue.
of course.
Yeah, happy birthday. I love your birthday.
If you do it again this
So-
year, there's something.
So,
with
anyways, later that evening, once I get him clean and stuff and calmed down, I called Terry and I was like, shot this deer. And so I showed him pictures and sent him pictures, and he was like, well, that wasn't, I don't think that's the one I was after, blah, blah. I guess he got to comparing and stuff, and maybe 2 days later he called me and he was like, man, that's that freaking deer. He's like, he's like, that was him. I was like, yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah, I thought so.
You just gotta know my uncle. He's super quiet. Don't never say
Don't
nothing.
say a word.
Oh no.
Don't get in a hurry or get excited
That's
about
what I call
nothing. I texted him and asked him if he'd seen any good deer or if he killed one. He's like, no, friggin' Drew killed my damn deer.
So that last year, because I know a lot of people that watch the show deal with trespassers.
Oh my gosh.
He said, oh my God.
Don't get us started on trespassing.
It's like the day I hunted the farm with you, and anytime there's a freaking screwdriver on a string hanging in a tree.
What does that even mean?
Marker, man.
What's that
It was a
mean?
marker.
It's a redneck marker.
Yep. So I've had $1,200 in camera gear stolen off that one farm.
One lease, that one we had on video. I got some information to tell you about that later.
Keyword.
Later.
Later, all right.
Later's the key word.
I was confronted by someone about that and
Yeah. You know,
gave
the
some
big-
information. So I'll pass it on to you.
You know the big hub binder you used to pop out?
Yeah.
I had 2 of them stolen back-to-back years.
I just have.
Keenan's like, I got him.
I don't have.
No, he went to pull it down.
I'm innocent. I went to pull it for him.
He was pulling down. He texted me. He
it
was like,
the dude that kept trying to shoot at us all the
Yeah,
time. Dude, I was
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
well, he done it for you.
That guy, yeah. Well, he did it. He did it to himself.
But he called me that morning. He's like, that's bad news.
Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so bad because
What?
it was on a property that I had permission. I knew the family, like I knew the farm, like everything. It was like I did all of this, and then like I asked Sean, I was like, hey man, like if you hunt with me, like do you care to use your blind? He's like, nah, I don't care. Like let's throw it up, and then it gets stolen off the property. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad.
But that's the biggest thing. Like all of us and everybody watching, we work hard, to have what we have and to put up what we have, and so we can all enjoy the outdoors together. And then you got assholes that just show up and think,
Absolutely.
oh, what? Someone left this here? It's anybody's
I
game.
guess it's free.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. But that's kind of like you last year on that farm you killed your big deer on.
Yep.
Just a couple weeks before that.
My farm.
Your farm.
Yeah,
Somebody's
like
own
maybe
one.
a week before it. So that was the whole deal.
Well, then me and him go to public land to scout, and we see people stand strapped to trees, not even padlocked, and it's sitting
just
there.
sitting
Well, yeah.
No one
so-
takes that.
And they're nice stands.
Yeah, no, it was like, what? Yeah, so
And then, like I said, they're nice stands too.
that was the whole deal with my farm. Why I've not hunted it is because I had so many problems with the neighboring landowner.
I remember
And he's not
that.
even the
Yeah, I
landowner.
remember
It's,
that.
I
it's-
remember that ordeal.
It's in a trust, and they've not paid taxes on it in years. And so, anyways, he just rules the roost, though.
You can
and
find
so
a
I-
truck
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
left.
I could tell you stories
Knock down
for an
cedar
hour.
trees and
Cut
Oh, yeah.
all my cedars, and I took you when we were
Yeah,
shed hunting this
we-
year.
exactly.
Showed you, what's left.
It was
Yeah,
it was
this
sickening.
guy- this guy's a piece of work,
Man,
but
I didn't get a shed hunting on this year.
But the whole deal was, he's the only reason I've not hunted my own farm since we bought it in 2016. And so I got wind that he was in jail, like long term, again. And I was like, cool. I was like, then I'm gonna go put a camera out, because that's another thing that happened. First camera I put out there in 2016, we bought it, went back a week after I put it out, gone.
What's that?
And it just so happened to be right where he cut the fence and bulldozed a path through the tree line to access his property.
So you didn't have to drive all the way around.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
So, long story short, so I hear he's in jail. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to put another camera out. Maybe it won't get stolen. And I can get some intel on what kind of deer I got out here. So that evening, when I put the camera out in corn, I went to Academy because I was up in E-Town. And there was so much buck sign. I was like, I'm gonna hunt tonight. I was like, I'm here. I got my bow in my truck. I might as well. So I set up in the tree line and just tucked back. 45 minutes. There's 7, 8 doe in the field. They're feeding towards me. And I'm like, this is awesome. I was like, I might screw up and shoot a buck tonight. I was like, this is sweet. In my own place, yes, I'm enjoying it. And it is prime time, like 30, 45 minutes before sunset. And, or I guess before shooting time was over. It's right at sunset. And so all these does pull their head up. And I'm like, is it big boy? I was like, it's Bucky. It's Bucky Fats. Here he comes. So I'm like, what are they looking at? And then here comes a set of headlights bobbing through the cornfield. And so he's driving up on the tree line that I'm tucked back in. I'm like, here we go. I said, you are the reason that I've not hunted my own farm in 4 years. I said, man, I don't hate you, but I really, really, really don't like you. And I was like, I said, as we sit here and talk about it, and I recapped all the things he's done, cutting cedar trees off, cutting the fence, bulldozing through the field. He let one of our donkeys out one time, stole my camera from the get-go. Just years of this crap. And I was like, as I'm sitting here talking to you about it, I was like, I'm getting pissed off. I was like, I don't like you, dude. And I said, the next time we meet, if it's like this, I was like, it's going to be a little bit different. But anyways, very apologetic, great conversation. I think we had a little come to Jesus meeting, and we probably won't have no more issues. But it's just
more of the
ridiculous.
story. Don't trespass and don't steal other hunters' shit.
Yeah, bingo.
It's
real
that easy.
simple.
It's
that
not
easy.
hard. It ain't yours. Don't
It's a
touch
common
it.
Public,
courtesy.
private, whatever. If you see a hunter, we're all
It's not
hunters.
hard to go get a job and buy your own stuff.
That's
People
it.
hire every day.
Every day.
Every day, especially right now.
Especially right
And
now.
that was another thing. Had a ladder stand up on a tree on his property. Fence is 6 inches away and it's overlooking our field. I was like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
I got one of those right now. on
Yes.
my farm. So the neighbor, the guy that just bought the little lot, the little house that sits on a lot on the corner of that property where we enter from the backside, I'm walking through their shed hunting, man. There's a damn tree stand on the property, like inside his chain link fence for his dog. Okay, so picture this now. He's got a yard, chain link fence, tree stand, big ass open field with deer everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
But he's not hunting it. He said he ain't hunting it. You just storing your tree stand right on the property line, and then, oh, by the way, that camera that's over there on my property.
Yeah, right. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And the bad part is it's right behind me, about 100 yards.
If 100 yards, like where he hunts, and
It's right where I park at.
yeah, it's literally right there.
The
on
first ground blind I got stolen was on my granny's property.
Wasn't it for turkey season? Yeah. Like we set it up for turkey season. Me and you hunted a couple of times. And
Hunted
then,
one evening.
Hunted one evening, and then we left it because it was a solid spot for the upcoming deer season. So we was gonna start working that spot, and then we came back like 2 months later, and it was just
Oh, I went back 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. It was
And it was gone. Lived there all my life. Never seen nobody but us on that place.
Your granny went back there and didn't like it.
Yeah.
I say it's someone sane digging back there.
If my granny does,
Same
it, can't be mad. But
I mean, that's something
Like,
me.
who put this back here in my property?
That's something me and David deal with a lot.
we got a whole nother problem.
if my granny is back in the back, this whole world's got broke. He shot so much. The deer over there didn't pay no attention to a gunshot.
Dude, we had deer standing in a cornfield one day. He started ripping them off, and they just kind of looked up and went back to
What?
feeding.
That day I shot that little doe, that little buck and that other little doe, just like,
What happened?
they didn't run off until I got up and walked towards them.
I remember you telling me that. I do
It's the same
remember
thing when we were at the shooting range.
Yeah.
For
Industry Choice Awards.
Yeah, Industry Choice.
We got that on video.
So we're out there, and I mean, we're cracking rounds like nobody's business.
Shotguns.
Deer, like,
Oh, yeah.
I think them ones on Fort Campbell, you start
Oh,
rocking a
don't.
fish, they're just like,
We are live now. Hey, grab that ultimate camera mount out of there. Got a few people join. I don't know if people are joining or not. You want to flip that around? I don't know. Bingo.
Bam.
All right, everybody. So, as promised, we are going live, and as we go live, all hell is broken loose in Campbellsville, Kentucky. So, guys, we're together with the Deer 30 crew, and as promised, we were a little late. I apologize. We were doing some filming, but we have the winner of the ultimate camera mount, which was a quick 2-day giveaway. What's wrong? No, you can't go this way. You can't go. You're good. All right. Cameraman's giving me some weird feedback over there. Sorry. So we did a random draw of everybody that did everything we asked them to do, and the winner is
Drum roll.
Mike Diggs. Mike Diggs from Arkansas. We're going to be reaching out to you, and you're going to have an ultimate camera mount headed to your way real soon, so you can check this thing out. So,
Go Razorbacks.
all right, guys. See you soon. End it, Matt. End it. We're done. Turn it off.
Keenan Hall, United States Army, Staff Sergeant, and I'm going to shoot this new rifle I just got. Boy, and it's nice, too.
hey guys, I'm Sean, live in Nancy, did 3 years active, 1 in the guard.
Hey y'all, I'm Drew from Somerset, Kentucky. Been a part of Deer 30 for 3 years now, and we're gonna try to shoot a big buck in the face.
All right, everybody, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Hope you enjoyed just reminiscing our season last year for 2019 and kind of getting an inside look on how our 2020 season is shaping up here. If you haven't already, get down there, smash that subscribe button so you're not missing any of the future action. As you can see, 2020 is going to be a great season, so you don't want to miss out. So hit that subscribe button, and until next time, guys, wake up and hunt.